As we mentioned earlier in our special broadcast, the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II has brought together more than 2,000 heads of state and dignitaries from around the globe. President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are among them. Yesterday, the first couple visited Westminster Hall, where the late monarch has been lying in state since last Wednesday. For more now on the roster of VIPs attending this morning's funeral, we're bringing in Fox News royal contributor Ingrid Seward. Such a pleasure to have you with us here, Ingrid. It's an honor to sit alongside you for such a momentous occasion. I cannot think of anybody else in the world who could have brought together so many heads of state, princes, princesses, prime ministers, presidents. What is it about the Queen that just makes everybody want to be here today?
It's respect. I think people really respected her. All the crowds that have been interviewed on television, on the radio, they all have that one symmetry, that they loved her and they respected her, and they felt that she'd given up her own personal happiness for duty, which is a rarity in this day and age, completely.
While we're on the subject of duty, do you think King Charles has the same sense of duty, one, and secondly, the ability to pull it off like the Queen did? Two very big questions.
One, yes, I think he has exactly the same sense of duty. I mean, he's made mistakes in his life, some very big mistakes, but he has that duty. And that's what he does. I mean, even when his wife, the Queen Consort, talked about him the other day, she said, he's a workaholic, he never stops. And he's always said that he cares so much. He said, I care too much. He cares about all of us, and he cares about the world, and he cares about the planet. So yes, to one. And two, I think he does have the ability. He's got huge energy. All those Windsors have massive energy. They run, well, they were younger. They used to run down corridors, never walk down corridors. And I think that Charles has that energy and he has that dedication.
He's going to be watched so closely, has to avoid any mistakes. And one of the mistakes everybody was watching for this time was who's going to be in and who's going to be out on this invite list. Obviously, we saw President Biden is here, Justin Trudeau of Canada, Anthony Albanese, the Australian Prime Minister, and then on the rogues gallery of, if you like, of not invited, Vladimir Putin of Russia, for obvious reasons, Kim Jong-un, North Korea, Bashar al-Assad from Syria. Not fun to have to draw up that list, or, as Duncan was saying earlier, the seating chart for all of this.
Well, luckily, the King doesn't have to do that. The Lord Chamberlain. He's got good people around him. And I think there's also a great emphasis on the European royal families, because after all, our late Queen was related to many of the royal families of Europe. So we've got the King of Sweden, we've got the King of Spain, we've got the royal family of Monaco, we've got the royal family of the Netherlands, we've got the William of Orange. I mean, and they're all related. And I think they play a very important part as well, and they're a little more recognisable than perhaps some of the heads of state in suits. I mean, I think a little more colourful. And also, I love it that Juan Carlos, who is disgraced father of of King Felipe of Spain, was not, he was invited, but then the Spanish government said, no, you're too controversial, you're in trouble, and he came anyway.
And just very quickly, you talk about the other royal families, but you talk around the world, you say to anybody, whether you're in the Philippines, or you're in Australia, or you're in Kenya, you say the Queen. It was the Queen. She was the only royal that everybody in the world seemed to know.
Well, for obvious reasons. She'd been on the throne for so long, so everybody in the world, even for the youngest children, they recognise the Queen.
Ingrid, such a pleasure to have you here. We'll come back to you frequently through this hour. Really lovely to see you this morning. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.